Hello everybody, Ramblin Mike here. Going to talk with you a little bit about tarot talk, tarot time. I'm going to put up a new little playlist on my page, tarot time or tarot talk with Ramblin Mike, where you can ask me all your questions. People ask me many questions about tarot. And I'm going to do deck reviews on here, show you my journaling and how I journal, and maybe you can send me pics of your journals. All this fun stuff we're going to play with tarot right here. I'm gonna do this regularly, talk with you about my events and upcoming events, what you would like to if you would like me to come to an area where you're at, to put that in the little comments and all this kind of stuff, interact with each other on a much more fun time with each other. Today my announcement is that there is a change with my meet and greet in Palm Coast on November 3rd, 2019. That is the new date for my meet and greet. It would be November 3rd, 2019. If you have purchased tickets for this, you should have received a refund by now. If not, your refund will be coming soon and very soon. If you want to rebook, I'm grateful and thankful for that, and my apologies. I know I should not try to set anything up during a Mercury retrograde, but live and we learn. The new date is going to be November 3rd. There are absolutely new prices as well. You're gonna love it. Go check it out. It's at ramblinmikestaroevents.com. You're gonna love the prices. You're gonna love the event, and there's gonna be door prizes. I'm gonna be giving away 6 of my own personal tarot decks. I'm also going to be door prizing 6 private readings with me. So there's 12 door prizes, even at a sellout. That's still a 1 in chance 10 to hit a door prize just for showing up. Now, with that announcement being made, check out the website. I got the button. Go get your tickets, man. Totally reasonable. Now, today, I want to talk about how to trim a tarot deck. When I started showing my trimmed decks, people are interested, like, oh my God, Mike, that's totally cool. How do you do that? So that's what I'm going to talk about today with Tarot Time with Ramblin Mike. We're going to talk about trimming tarot decks. Now here's my advice for you when you trim a tarot deck. Do not start with your favorite deck. Don't do it. Because you got over 300 cuts that you're going to make on the deck. And if you make a wrong cut, you could be sad. And you have over 300 corner punches as well. So I'm going to talk about the equipment that I use and all the encounters that I had to get to where I use the equipment that I use, because nothing's worse than messing up one of your favorite tarot decks. You may just go and sit and be quiet for the day. Now, I love this deck right here. This is the Miss Cleo. And you can get Miss Cleo $3 to $5. And it's an amazing deck. It's a good deck. It's a playable deck. But personally, I don't like the borders on it. You know, the borders are a little rough. I've been working on this deck a little bit right here. See, there's just these big, giant white borders with a black border around it. But the artwork in the middle there, I mean, that's the lovers. It's great stuff with a nice Egyptian theme to it. This is what Miss Cleo looks like trimmed up. It's really nice. That's strength. What we got here, the old devil. Here's the Hierophant. I mean, I love it. For a $5 tarot deck, this thing is amazing. And trimmed up, fits your hands real nice. That's why I'm just saying, don't put your $30 deck in here until you get good at it. And Miss Cleo is an amazing deck. I use a paper cutter. Now you can use scissors, and you can round your corners with scissors and all that, but it doesn't make it machined. You know what I'm talking about? You can't shuffle it. See, these shuffle sweet. all that. I mean, you can, you know, with the old scissors, but it takes a long time with scissors too. Excuse me, getting my hair out of my mouth. And then for the corners, you need a good corner punch as well. I got a nice professional corner punch, because I tried those little corner punches that you can get at the, you know, at the crafts, you know, store over there in the paper scrapping, book scrapping. You got the little corner punch, and they're okay. If that's the only one that you can find, they're okay, but they're only good for one deck. Don't try and use it for 2 decks, because you'll get halfway through the other one, around 500 punches on that thing, and that blade's going to get dull on you. It's going to rip your cards. It's going to start cutting it all weird and jagged and all that. And so I just went and spent a couple extra dollars and got me a nice professional corner punch. You want the small one, 5 millimeters, just a very small corner. They make them larger, 10 millimeters and all that. Get the smallest one you can. And this thing's nice. It's resharpening and all of that. It was a couple dollars, but I knew I was going to be cutting up expensive paper, and I wanted to play, and you know, I wanted to make them come out beautiful. Now, with the paper cutter machine, you know, you can use your scissors if that's what you want. The other kind of paper cutter that they have is the one where you slide the razor across the paper. That one doesn't work either, and same situation. Things get dull and you stop paying attention and all that, rip. You're like, oh my God, rip my card. And then you got Scotch tape on your tarot deck. Not cool, you know. So here's my advice for you. If you're gonna trim cards, spend the extra dollar, because you're not just gonna trim one deck. You're not going to. You're going to go, hey, this is fun. I got to spend some time with my cards and got to know them personally, carved them up, cleaned them up, made them mine. You're going to want to do it to another deck, I guarantee you. So my advice is to spend a couple extra bucks and get you a nice professional punch. They got a lot of them. You know the place to go, right? And get you a nice paper cutter. I mean, this isn't even top line. This one's just the old plastic one, because these can get pricey. You know what I'm talking about. But I think this one was around maybe 40, you know, in US. It's reasonable. It has the old self-sharpening blade on it, which is absolutely the way to go. Also, it has the little gauge, so that once you set your card in there and use your old eyeball to line it up where it's going to cut, then set your gauge up there and make your cut. And as long as your card is set in there nice and square, everything's going to come out nice and square. Just take a minute, make sure everything's squared up before you make your cut right there. And then of course you would go around each side of the card using the gauge to set it up. So I would go through all of these sides right here. I'm working on this deck because that mount is set there. See, I've been working a little bit on this deck. So all that, I would work all that side right there. Once you're set in, make a cut, and continue to do that until you're through all 78. And then turn the card, eye it up again, use your gauge, and then I would cut all those cuts as well. It takes a minute, and it's a little nerve-wracking too at first. It certainly is, like, ooh, because you know, well, that's why I say practice on a reasonable deck, because, well, if you're like me, you're gonna make a mistake. So it's good to get practice up before you pull out that real fancy deck that you want to personalize for yourself. Now with the corner punching, Like I said, you can use those little ones, but they're only good for one deck. I do not recommend you trying to get more than one. I mean, maybe. And this thing, this professional punch right here, this one, I don't know. I've trimmed at least 50 decks with this, you know. And there's over 300 corners that need to be rounded. You would just set it in your machine like that and just quite simply cut those corners off. Of course, I would do it after I cut the bottom off and the top, but it makes those nice round corners for you on your tarot deck right here. And to me, that's the best way to do it. Get you a nice machine, be safe, have fun. That way things come out nice and clean and beautiful. I mean, this is an amazing deck. You know, the back came out nice on it. I'm going to do a review on this deck probably tomorrow. And there's the world card right there. I love it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy these little videos that I'm going to put out. Probably call it Tarot Time with Ramblin' Mike. Anyway, you guys, love you. Just wanted to say hi to you today. Check out the website. The event's going to be absolutely amazing. Wouldn't be the same without you being there. Namaste. Love and light, my friends. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.